Today we're building a DIY greenhouse. For all you plant lovers, it's an excellent project in which you can grow flowers and vegetables year-round. Today I'll be building this greenhouse with pressure-treated lumber. It stands up great outside. At the end of the video, I will leave you a full list of tools and materials you'll need to build one of your own. This project takes 2 people, so grab a friend, promise them all the fruits and vegetables they might want, and let's get started. The first step is to choose a good location. For best growing results, the greenhouse should face south. Stake out the area and check that it's level. The base will be made from 3 4x4x8 timbers. Cut one timber in half to make 2 48-inch pieces. For the strongest base, we'll be connecting the timbers with half lap joints. Cut the end of each timber to half of their thickness so they're able to overlap each other. Lay the shorter pieces with the joints facing upward and connect them together with the longer 4x4s, joints facing down. Then measure across the diagonal to check that everything is square. And secure each corner with 3 screws. The front wall of the greenhouse will be lower than the rear wall. This allows for rain and snow runoff and more usable sunlight. It's easiest to build the wall frames on the ground and then secure them into place. Lay the bottom and top 2x4s on the ground 8 feet apart from each other. Lay the 5 studs between them on 24-inch centers and attach them with 2 to 3 screws. Repeat this for the second wall. With help, set the back wall on the rear 4x4 and lift it into place. With one person holding the wall in place, secure the bottom plate to the 4x4 with screws. To hold the walls in place, attach a 1x4 support between a stud and the ground. Make sure it's plumb with a level. To connect the walls, cut and notch a 48-inch board and screw it to the inside face of the studs. Then screw a 41-inch board to the face of that board and screw it into the first cross piece. Repeat this on the other end of the greenhouse, even if you plan to only install one door. To make building the rafters easier, we'll put together a template. Cut 2 pieces of a 2x4 6 inches long to create the measuring and marking blocks. The rafter template 1x4 should be 56.5 inches long with parallel 25-degree angles cut on each end. Place measuring blocks on the top of each wall at the end. Place the 1x4 rafter template across both walls, pushed up tightly against the measuring blocks. Place the rafter template flush with the front wall. On the 1x4, mark a line across the top of the front block and around the front and top of the rear block. Take the rafter template down and use a jigsaw to cut out the notches. Then test fit the template, and if everything fits, use it to mark and cut 5 2x4 rafters. Install the center rafter first with 4 screws on each end. Attach the end rafters directly above the studs. Add the remaining 2 based on the width of the roofing material. Your roofing will extend past them to create a small overhang on the sides. Attach the joining strips for the roofing to the middle 3 rafters, leaving an inch of overhang in the front. Screw an 8-foot 1x4 along the end of the rafters. On the front, it should almost touch the joining strips. On the back, it should be flush with the top of the rafters. To frame the door, add a 76.5-inch 2x4 vertically to the side of the doorway. Measure 31 inches from this board across the header and threshold of the doorway. Place the other 76.5-inch 2x4 between the marks and attach with screws. On the other side, Screw two 76.5-inch studs evenly spaced between the walls. On the rear wall, measure 8 feet from the roof line down each end stud and mark a line. Just below those lines, attach a treated 1x4x8 across all the studs. Attach the first sheet of siding on top of the 1x4. Continue with the next piece of siding. The easiest way to cover the sides and allow for the doors is to attach a full piece of siding. Use a router with a pattern bit to cut out the door, and the triangle of siding that's above the rafter. Use the offcut to create a patch and screw into place. Repeat on the other side, but skip cutting out the door. Cut two 76-inch 1x4s for the sides and three 22.5-inch 1x4s for the top, middle, and bottom of the door. Drill 2 pocket holes at the end of each horizontal board and attach them to the longer boards. Place 2 pieces of 36-inch long clear roofing panels over the openings and attach with roofing panel screws and washers. For easy water drainage, fill the floor area with gravel up to the level of the 4x4 foundation. We want the doors to open and close in all sorts of weather conditions, so we've built them slightly undersized for the opening. Install the doors using a hinge and latch kit. Cut strips of 1x2 for stop molding and to close the gaps around the door. Closing this gap will help regulate temperature and keep insects out. Set the 60-inch roof panels in place and screw them directly into the end rafters. The ends should be allowed to extend beyond the wall. Install the joining panels. Cut down and attach panels on the front sides. Like the roof, the outer edges of the panels will be screwed directly into the studs. Next, attach panels for the center and join them with joining strips. Now we can add shelving inside the greenhouse. Since we use pressure-treated lumber, you'll want to wait a few weeks before painting or staining. You can also add gutters to the fascia and connect it to a rain barrel. Now it's time to get planning. Here's a full list of tools and materials you'll need. Good luck, and thanks for shopping at the Home Depot.